So when you consider that, they didn't even finish the game. They just rushed the game and put it out there for release. They didn't even put everything in the game they were trying to. They fucking gave up. Unknown Worlds are a bunch of fucking pussies that gave up, and they're like, fuck it, we can't make a good game. Just release it, whatever. They fucking quitters. Fucking pussies. Y'all got no fucking character. Anyway, gameplay-wise, there are additions to Below Zero that feel weak and serve no purpose, being forced upon the player. The Snow Fox is a bugged, barely functioning, vomit-inducing nightmare. It's supposed to fill the niche of land exploration vehicle, yet it constantly gets snagged and hung up on everything from small rocks to big rocks, to nothing but air itself on even the most, not more, the most flat and level of terrains. It's paper mache, makes it extremely fragile. The player spends more time protecting the Snow Fox than it spends protecting the player, which, aside from the heated seat, is zero, as in it does nothing to protect the player from being knocked off of it by a snow stalker or ice worm attack. Despite having an ice worm attack reduction module, using the Snow Fox actually increases your encounters with and subsequent attacks from ice worms, which are themselves not even creatures or existing entities. Oh, pardon me. Ramen noodle belch. Oh, that's disgusting. In the words of a Below Zero moderator themselves, it's more like an animatronic jump scare, like being on a haunted house ride in a cart on rails, and things pop up when the cart passes over weight/pressure plates and sensors. The prawn suit, which served as the tough and armored vehicle in Subnautica for exploring the depths and dangers that a Seamoth couldn't. In Below Zero, there is neither a place so deep you need to use it, or a place so dangerous you need to use it. Yet, it still ends up being better than the Snow Fox for land traversal, even more so considering the inclusion of drillable ore deposits in the Arctic Spire's biome. The cold suit would be an interesting new addition if it weren't for the Snow Fox, prawn suit, caves, so many caves, hot pepper plants, so many hot pepper plants, or spicy salad, so OP, existing, all of which mitigate the cold factor, and the salad completely removing it as a survival mechanic entirely. Oh, and coffee thermos, unnecessary redundancy, and lack of clear vision. The spy penguin is another example. Outside of being required to complete Sam's plotline, which in and of itself is not required to beat the game, it has no use whatsoever other than to grab a few pieces of quartz, the rare bits of magnetite there are to find, or an ion cube or two in one specific cave. There is no truly creative use or purpose for it, other than, get this thing you can't get any other way. It's arbitrary. There was a dropped functionality for it involving infiltrating and gaining familiarity with other real penguins, but this interesting concept was scrapped and cut, as was much more content for Below Zero. Below Zero tries so hard to give the player a very specific experience that it never allows the player to achieve or enjoy their own experience. Instead of being broader in scope than Subnautica, giving us more, a bigger map, a deeper ocean, it gives us less. A more narrow scope, a smaller map, a more shallow ocean. You can fit the entirety of Below Zero's map, land portions included, into Subnautica's world map, and you would still have space to spare. I did the calculations with another guy called Shaking Zealot. We did the fucking math, okay? It's not opinion, it's a fact. Below Zero's map fits into Subnautica's map, and it still sinks. There's still room to spare. It's like, fuck that, you know, whatever. The layout of the map from the start of the game is basically go west for land portions, then go south for everything else. Alan's body parts are all south of the starting point in a very wide longitude, top to bottom. I hope I'm right on that. Delta Island, mining facility, Maida's base, the Mercury 2 Rex, all of two of Alan's body parts, and access to the Crystal Caverns are all south. Also, so is Omega Base, so whatever. There is no option north other than Outpost 0, which has been changed to the in-game mechanic. Going west onto land completes Sam's optional plotline by finding the cure and administering it. Y'all know how I feel about that already. And Alan's third body part. Maida's optional plotline is completed in the central/south area, and her greenhouse on top of an iceberg that Altera magically doesn't know about is arguably off the southern path. But if you want that overpowered, juicy, spicy salad, you better go there. Oh, and bathroom utilities for decoration. But you can't get the bulbo tree. No, you can't get the fucking stupidest shit. Subnautica put us in the center of the crater, with only the aurora as a visible landmark and nothing to see but ocean in all directions. And we were able to go out and explore in any direction, and the game made sure no matter where we went, there was something to see and do. Tech progression feels very bad. Every new piece of tech I got in Subnautica was from one or more scans, and going through the wrecks and unlocking each piece of technology felt earned and rewarding. It felt satisfying. Ugh. Oh, God, excuse me. Below Zero's tech progression dumps the vast majority of everything you need in the player's lap in the starting area. And each base you come across will have practically everything you need to get up and started, kind of cutting short the survival aspect of the game. Tech progression in Below Zero felt very cheap, unearned, and very unrewarding. I mean, I can keep going. The sector, I agree with a lot of the discussion here. There's, in fact, a lot of videos reiterating the same points, for example, and he lists two videos. Y'all can go check these out if you want. I'm in the middle of watching this one. I polished it to do all this. To me, this boils down to the target audience shift. In my opinion, Unknown Worlds is doing between the two games. Subnautica is more targeted towards the core gaming crowd, while Below Zero is targeted towards a more casual gaming crowd. Now, if you want to know my opinion, I'm a gatekeeper. Fuck you casuals. Get the fuck out of my fucking shit. Because your casual ass, non-gaming ass self, just because you're willing to throw away mommy and daddy's credit card, my parents, I'm going to use my college tuition money to buy video games. Just because you're a fucking source of income for these companies and they figured out, hey, we can try less and make the same amount of money. We don't have to appeal to the core gaming audience. We can just appeal to this new casual gamer audience and they'll buy our shit. Yeah. I say the same thing about comic books. I'm not a comic book geek or a freak, but I do enjoy comic books nonetheless. And look at the state of comic books. Look at the state that they're in now. Maybe gatekeeping would have prevented these things from happening. But that's on a side tangent. Let me get back onto the topic. Subnautica has resource scarcity, lore drip thread through PDAs, silent protagonists to build isolation, tension through actually menacing fauna and lighting, which all encourages exploration and builds atmosphere. And I'm going